Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to be here with you to give you some insight about Polish cosmetic products and Polish cosmetics product sales in Asia. So who are we? We're Ponte Limited. We work in Asia for over 6 years. We started by organizing trade shows for Polish companies. We also organized multiple trade missions in Asia. We also organized trade missions for Asian customers in Europe, related to also purchasing of cosmetics. And we continuously support Polish products, and we sell and promote Polish products in Asia. We also help Polish companies to establish relationship and connection with good reputation Asian companies. We mostly work in China and Hong Kong, but right now we're also developing a new markets in Southeast Asia. So as you can see here in the next slide, we work with companies from Asia and Europe. This slide, these pictures, is an example of our promotion that we did in Germany, together with a group of KOLs from China. We basically organized a trip for like 20 people to go from Poland to Austria, then Czech Republic, then Germany, and then France, and then back to Poland, and it was all within 1 week. We visited many companies. We did a lot of promotion. The visit to the German cosmetic manufacturers was most successful. We're turning around 20,000 euro in a couple of hours of our promotional videos. As you can see in the slide, there are our bloggers and the superstars from China. Yes, this is our team. This is our group. These are the famous bloggers from China that we brought to Europe. This picture is from Prague in Czech Republic. So I will tell you a couple of things about Poland and why buying from Poland is a good idea. Poland is part of European Union. Poland is in the center of Europe, is connected everywhere with every single country that you can think of in Europe. If you buy any European product, for sure, somehow this product is logistically or in terms of production connected to Poland. And Poland is also a very strong manufacturing site for European companies. So if you buy a Polish product from Poland, very likely you're buying a product that was developed for European market, for European customers, or even in some cases, the products that you buy in Poland are also produced for other big brands from European Union. So why would you choose to pay more? I mean, the goal is to skip the middleman, to go directly to the supply. And this is what we advise our customers: go directly to the supplier. Why would you buy a product from Germany or France or any other country that was made in Poland, then was sent to the other country? The value was added, the cost is much higher, and you import the same product. You buy the same product from Poland, and it's much easier, much more simple, and much more cost effective. And what is another selling point of Poland? So the first selling point of Poland is part of EU. It is top quality in the world, top quality cosmetic products. And when you're buying Polish products, you're buying German, Italian, French quality. And another selling point is that Polish products are natural. So when I talk to customers, mostly in China, but also in other Asian countries, I ask them, what is Poland to you? What do you think about Poland? And the first thing that comes from them is that Poland means nature. Poland is a country that has beautiful forests, that has clean air, clean water, that has a lot of natural resources, and that is a very beautiful, they call it a very beautiful country. And this is what we represent, this is what we are trying to teach our clients about, because in fact, Poland is in 30% covered by forest, and even in the north of Poland, there is one piece of forest that has been there for 1,000 years, untouched by humans. It is not allowed for a normal person to enter this forest or take anything from this forest. And what is also very interesting about Poland is that we use this natural resource, which is nature. So, for example, when you buy cosmetic products from Poland, very often some of the ingredients will come from the natural resources, from the forest or from the fields or from the places that are untouched by humans. There is no fertilizer, there are no pesticides, there are no herbicides, there are no chemicals, no heavy metals. It's just pure nature, pure natural plants that are just growing there, and people just go there and pick them. And this is a very unique, I think, value around the world. So what are the advantages of the Polish cosmetics, of the Polish cosmetic market for the Asian customers? So the first, in my opinion, the biggest and highest advantage is that we are part of European Union and we have the highest standard of manufacturing, and is one of the most advanced in the world, and it's not a secret. We've been organizing trade missions for the Asian customers. We invited them to come to Poland. We went to visit some producers of cosmetics, and these people were really shocked. They were seriously shocked and honestly shocked. They didn't know that Poland was so advanced. We've been to some factories that, you know, like there's a production line, a very big production line, and there are only machines working, only robots. There is only a person at the end of the line just picking the products. And it means that every product is the same, every product is of the top quality, and is very advanced, and at the same time is very competitive in terms of price. And what is also very important, I think, for the Asian customers, and what is a big challenge in general for European companies, is that the European companies are not known for being very flexible. Why? Because we have a very complex rules, we have very complex law, and everybody has to follow, everybody has to comply, and we cannot skip any part of it. We cannot go around it. We have to really, when we develop the new product, for example, we really have to go through all the testing, all the registration, all the things that are required by the European Union, because this is where the highest value of the European products is the quality of the products. So we cannot be faster, we cannot better, but there's one thing about Polish companies. Polish companies in general, comparing to other European companies, are very flexible. Why? Because we are the manufacturing side. We are not focused on marketing, we are not focused on sales, we are the manufacturers. So if the customer from Asia is coming to a Polish producer of cosmetics and they want to change something, they want to adjust, they're always welcome, and Polish producers always listen to the requirements of the Asian consumers and customers. What are the problems that we face when we deal with the Polish manufacturers, Polish sellers of cosmetics? One very bizarre, very funny thing is that whenever we deal with companies from Poland that don't have much experience in Asia, we spend a lot of time teaching them about the trade terms, the logistic terms for Asia, for faraway countries. because Polish companies are used to trading mostly in European Union. Most of the Polish export goes to Germany, goes to France, goes to other European Union countries. They take the goods, repackage them, promote them, sell them to Asia. Polish manufacturers not very often sell directly to Asia. So when you approach them and you say, look, I would like to work on letter of credit terms, and you send to me products on CIF terms, and maybe you give me some credit, Polish suppliers say, no, look, you pay 100%, you can take the products from our warehouse, because this is what they are used to. So at the beginning, for the first time, it's a very long process and it's complicated making the first deal with the Polish producers. And another thing is that if you talk to French or German or US companies and they enter the Asian markets, they usually have a very precise plan. They have a budget and they spend a lot of money on marketing. They also support their distributors, and they do a lot to market well the products. What is the problem with the Polish manufacturers is that Polish manufacturers compete mostly with price, and they're used to it. They supply products to European Union mostly. That's why very often they don't have a very precise marketing plan or support for the distributors. And this is something that Asian companies should also be aware of, because if they receive the price and the plan from the Polish manufacturer, it means that that's it. And there is not much that the manufacturer can add to it. And one of the last things is that what laws and regulation to consider when working with Poland. So first of all, Poland is part of European Union. We cannot do anything that doesn't comply with the European Union law. So like if you make any adjustment of the product, if you make any change in the formula, it means that you will have to go through the complete registration process, and you will have to do everything in the way that was done at the beginning, and that will cost money and will take time. And this is something that we always have to remember, that we always have to follow the European Union law. And another thing that is not really a legal problem, it's more of a cultural business problem when dealing with the Polish companies, is that contract is always superior to anything. So if a Polish company is signing a contract with the Asian partner, and if they sign a contract, they will fulfill the contract and every single thing that is written in the contract. Signing the contract sometimes takes months, sometimes takes even up to a year. Negotiations and all the procedures, because if the contract is signed, there is no way of going back. Where in Asia, sometimes contract is just a contract, it's just a paper that we use to support the business, but what is discussed in the meetings is more important. In Poland, if something is written on paper, it's written on paper, and there is no way you can change it. And the funny thing is also that invoice, like if a Polish company issues invoice is an equivalent of trade agreement, trade contract. So I had very funny and very tragic experiences at the beginning of my experience in Asia, where an Asian customer was saying, look, we would like to order 1 container or 1 pallet of this product. So I was communicating with the manufacturer and saying, look, I would like you to issue invoice for this product because we have a new order from this Asian customer. And then the manufacturers, they were issuing invoice. And then I was talking to the client, and the client was saying, look, but we would like to change a couple of things now. Like maybe we add a little bit more of this product and we take away the other one. But I was saying, like, look, we already packed everything. And everything was really packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped. But that was my mistake, obviously, because I didn't communicate well with the Polish manufacturer, because in Asia, contract and invoice have totally different meaning from the meaning that it has in Poland. I mean, in Poland is taken much more seriously, and there is no way of going back. And another legal and cultural difference, and a big problem for Asian customers when they deal with the Polish suppliers, is that Polish suppliers don't enjoy too much working overtime. It's maybe a little bit funny, but Polish people are very efficient at work. They work very hard and they focus 100% on work. But once they leave office, there is not much that they can do. So at the beginning, a couple of years ago, when we were starting trading with Poland, our customers in Asia were thinking that Polish companies are ignoring them. They don't want to really sell to these customers because they don't reply to the messages. But in fact, the Polish suppliers were just out of office and they didn't see the email or WhatsApp or WeChat or whatever we're using to communicate. So what is important for Asian customers is to prepare before and to ask all the questions that you need to ask ahead, and communicate very directly and very precisely with the Polish suppliers, because they will do whatever you need them to do, but they will only do it within the working time. And another problem with the regulation and the laws is that Poland is part of the European Union. We have to consider the European Union law when doing anything, and also related to export and import. And it means that we have a problem with registration of cosmetic products in China, because cosmetic products in China, to pass the normal regular registration, have to be tested on animals. And in European Union, testing on animals is forbidden. So it means that if you develop a product and it's selling very well in Europe, and then you start thinking, okay, maybe it's time to enter Asia, you enter Asia and your product is tested on animals, then if the customers and the government back home, they realize that you tested your products on animals, you could even lose your market share in the home market. So it's a very high risk for the Polish producers to do such things, especially if they are well known in the European market. Thank you very much for your attention. My name is Ciepiela. I'm the CEO of Ponte Limited. We help establish connections between European buyers and European suppliers, and Asian buyers and Asian suppliers in Asia and back home in Europe. And we've been doing successfully our business for the last 6 years. Thank you very much.